I'm Jenny Lou Thomas, Director of Sales at the Daniels Corporation, and thank you for joining me today. Whether you are a first-time homeowner or a seasoned real estate expert, there are many components to mortgages that can be a little unclear and at times overwhelming. Today, I'll be giving you a full review of mortgages, financial requirements, and some key information you should know when it comes to purchasing a home with Daniels. First, let's start with what happens once you've signed your agreement of purchase and sale and provided your initial deposit check. At this point, your 10-day rescission period, which is commonly known as the cooling off period, commences. When you purchase a new home that contains a condominium element, the Condominium Act states that you must have 10 calendar days to review your agreement and the condominium documents. Once the vendor signs and returns a fully executed copy of your agreement to you, this becomes the first day of the rescission period. At the end of the 10th day is when your agreement becomes firm and binding. Within this 10-day period, we ask for you to provide the following items to complete your purchase: post-dated deposit checks for your remaining deposit amounts according to the deposit schedule, your lawyer's complete contact information. Even if you don't retain a lawyer for the cooling off period, we would like to gather their contact information as we will need this information from closing. Your mortgage commitment letter and/or financial confirmation. Mortgage commitment letter. Now, let's dive into mortgages, financial confirmation, and what we require. One of the most critical items to confirm prior to firming up your purchase is the mortgage commitment letter and/or financial confirmation. At Daniels, we require all purchasers to submit proof of financing for the balance of the purchase price. This is included in your agreement of purchase and sale under Schedule MC for mortgage commitment. Based on the community, we typically ask for 10 to 20% deposits. For anyone who is not a legal resident of Canada, we require 35% deposits. However, there's still the remaining balance to account for, and most purchasers finance the balance of the purchase price by obtaining a mortgage. For example, if you purchase at a community that requires a 10% deposit, we will need to see your ability to finance the balance of the purchase price, which is 90%. To satisfy this requirement, we require mortgage commitment letters, and it is important to note that this is different from a mortgage pre-approval letter. A mortgage pre-approval letter is usually not specific to a property and does not always include the steps of income verification, credit verification, or a property appraisal for the document to be produced. This is why we ask for mortgage commitment letters where the lender has completed a credit check, income verification, and is fully satisfied with your qualifying for the mortgage amount applied for. This means they have committed to lending the amount of the mortgage to you and is not conditional upon unresolved items. The approval should be valid until at least the occupancy of your home and be specific to the property that you've purchased. The mortgages we accept must come from a Tier 1 lender, which is considered one of Canada's major lenders. There are over 30 such lenders, including all the Tier 1 lenders, which our sales office can provide to you upon request to get started. This list is also provided to you when you sign your agreement. Our communities offer occupancies that can be as early as 45 days after signing, while others can be 3 to 4 years away. Some lenders will only provide mortgages with closings up to 120 days from the time of signing for those with quick closings. However, there are many lenders that can provide mortgages that are valid up to 4 years. All of our communities have a partnered bank with in-house mortgage representatives to assist you. Due to our relationship with the partnered banks, they are familiar with our requirements and can provide special capped rates that other lenders may not be able to offer. Often, they've already completed a blanket appraisal of our communities to provide a more seamless approval process. If you're working with a mortgage broker to secure a mortgage, please note that we will ask for supporting documentation coming from the lender directly to back up the mortgage broker's letter. Here are some important items to remember. Your mortgage commitment letter should be coming directly from the lender. On the screen, you will see a sample mortgage letter. It is on the letterhead of a Tier 1 lender with their logo and the name shown on top. All the purchasers' names are shown on the document. If the agreement is in the name of more than one purchaser, then all purchasers need to be named on the document. If the purchase is under the name of a corporation, then the approval should have the corporation's name. The names on the mortgage must match the names on the agreement. Your mortgage commitment must be prepared specifically for you and your home purchase, so it must contain the community, address, and the suite number, which can be found on your agreement of purchase and sale. The letter must show the dollar amount which you are approved for. As well, it should have the date of when the approval is valid until or the expiry date. We're ideally looking for an expiry date that is at least the closing of your unit. The tentative occupancy date of your home can be found on page number 1. Mortgage conditions. Now, let's talk about conditions on your mortgage. There are a few standard conditions that we will accept, such as satisfactory appraisal of the property. Although some of our partner banks order appraisals prior to approving you, not all lenders will be taking this step until the time of closing, and they may leave this condition on your mortgage document to be visited later on. Proof of property insurance, confirmation of approval by mortgage insurer, satisfactory survey and title. These are all items that are understandably satisfied at the time of closing. Conditional on cosigners to be added to the agreement. If cosigners need to be added to the agreement for financing purposes, please speak to a sales representative to prepare an amendment to have the names added. If the approval requires a guarantor, the guarantor doesn't need to be added to the agreement. Please note that names cannot be deleted without going through the assignment process later on. For more information on the assignment process, please speak with one of our knowledgeable sales representatives. A few conditions that we will not accept are credit review, verification of income. The review of these items should have already been verified prior to the mortgage commitment letter being produced. If the credit review and verification of income was previously satisfied, but the lender requires these items to be re-verified prior to closing, we will accept these conditions. The mortgage letter must include the contact information of the mortgage representative who prepared the letter. We verify all mortgages that we receive for accuracy and authenticity. Financial confirmation. Now, let's dive into financial confirmation. Let's say you purchased at a community where we asked for a 10% deposit, but your intention is to get a mortgage that covers 80% of the purchase price in order to avoid the high ratio mortgage insurance payments. There is 10% of the total purchase price still outstanding, and we can accept a financial confirmation showing that you have the funds available to cover the difference. In Schedule MC of your agreement, we provide a sample letter that your Canadian chartered bank can prepare to state that you have additional deposit amounts. Alternatively, you can also provide a copy of your bank balance as long as it includes the Canadian institution, your name, the amount in Canadian currency, and the date. If you'll not be obtaining a mortgage, we will accept a letter or a statement of account from your Canadian chartered bank, trust company, or credit union, chartered professional accountant, financial advisor, or planner verifying your investment portfolio statements from a Canadian securities dealer, which demonstrates that you have the funds available on deposit or in liquid investments to pay the purchase price of the unit. Your mortgage advisor will only be able to provide you with a mortgage commitment letter once you've entered into an agreement of purchase and sale for a specific property. However, it is always recommended to start the conversation with your mortgage representative to get a general idea of how much you are pre-approved for. By speaking to a mortgage representative prior to your home search, they'll be able to determine a ballpark price range that you should aim within. They will also prepare you with a list of items that need to be collected based on your situation. By inquiring ahead of time, you'll be preparing your supporting documents in advance to avoid any surprises within the 10-day cooling off period. By getting pre-approved and having your documents verified in advance with a price range in mind, all you need to do once you've signed the agreement of purchase and sale is to send your agreement over to your mortgage representative to convert it into a mortgage commitment letter. You'll have peace of mind and more certainty that you can be approved. Thank you for joining me today to discuss the mortgage process. If you have any questions, our friendly and knowledgeable sales team is available to discuss in further detail. We look forward to welcoming you to the Daniels family of homeowners.